When Corporal Tom Reed volunteered for the diplomatic mission to Valari 9, a lush alien world orbiting a twin star system, he thought of it as a break from the monotony of guard duty back on Luna Base. The Earth-Valari Alliance had been recently signed, and humans were now invited to cultural exchange programs with various alien tribes. It sounded like simple work. Observe, learn customs, shake hands with six-finger politicians, then head home. What no one told him was that the Valari didn't do handshakes. They did something far more permanent. Tom arrived in the Thrawn province with minimal briefing. Wearing his cleanest uniform and carrying a translator, an energy ration pack, and an open mind, the Valari people welcomed him warmly. Well, as warmly as 10-foot-tall, armored reptilian humanoids could manage. They spoke in a deep, resonant tone that rumbled the earth itself. During his first evening, the high speaker, a graceful figure draped in living vines, led Tom to the central fire pit, surrounded by the tribe's elders. A circle of ash had been drawn around them. This, the translator buzzed in his ear, is the ceremony of rooting. You will place your hand upon the stone and accept our bond of unity. Tom blinked. Bond of unity? Formal, ritual, cultural standard. The translator replied in monotone. All visitors do it. Assuming it was symbolic. Tom shrugged, stepped into the circle, and placed his hand on the flat obsidian slab in the center. A faint pulse rippled through his fingers, as if the rock itself was alive. The tribe chanted. Something hissed. The stone lit up, and before he could ask what was happening, a beam of soft white light shot from the slab into the sky, and every Valari dropped to one knee. Then she appeared. From the shadows emerged a smaller figure, still tall compared to Tom, but lithe, and clearly feminine by both human and Valari standards. Her scales shimmered blue and silver, her eyes glowed violet, and she walked with the grace of someone who knew her place in the stars. This is Slya, root-born of the initiation stone. The translator murmured. You are now bonded. Tom's jaw dropped. Bonded? As in, you have completed the ritual of choosing. The translator confirmed. You have taken a Valari wife. Tom turned to Slya, who studied him like a biologist, inspecting a curious insect. He coughed awkwardly. Hi. She tilted her head. You are smaller than I expected. The following days were surreal. Slya followed Tom everywhere, partly as a guide, partly as protection, and, as she explained bluntly one night, because I must learn you now. You are my mate. He tried to get clarification from the diplomats back at the outpost, but bureaucracy on Valari 9 was slow, and messages from Earth took days to reach. Meanwhile, Slya insisted they complete the bonding trials, which included things like running through thorn-covered mazes together, team building, preparing meals made from living root fruit, trust building, and sharing a nest for warmth under the twin moons, intimacy building. He protested at first, but soon realized she meant no harm. In fact, she was fiercely protective of him, going so far as to slap a fellow warrior for looking at him with hungry eyes. He liked her, genuinely. Still, he hadn't planned on marriage. One night, as they sat near a glowing spring, Tom finally asked a question that had burned his brain since the ritual. Why does placing a hand on a stone mean marriage here? Slya dipped her claws in the water, tracing spirals. To the Valari, intention flows through touch. The stone is alive like all things. When you touched it willingly, it read your spirit and offered you to me. I didn't know that's what I was agreeing to. And yet your spirit said yes, she replied calmly. He swallowed. What if I said I'm not ready, he asked. Slya didn't answer for a moment. Then, the bond is spiritual, not binding like your earth contracts. If you leave, the bond will dissolve. You are free. Tom looked at her, the way her scales reflected starlight, the way she didn't try to own him, but still stood close as if to shield him from the universe. I don't want to run, he said softly. She smiled for the first time. By the end of the month, the bond between them was no longer just ceremonial. They had become a unit in every sense. He taught her human humor and music. She taught him Valari philosophy and the way of the blade. When a human delegation finally returned to escort him back to the central outpost, Slya accompanied him. Diplomats were baffled. Some disapproved. "Corporal Reed, this isn't protocol," one officer grumbled. "Neither is getting married to an alien warrior queen." Tom shot back. "But here we are, back on Earth." Their arrival caused a media frenzy. First human Valari couple confirmed. Alien bride or diplomatic disaster? Love among the stars. Meet Slya of Thrawn. Slya, for her part, adjusted well. She learned English faster than expected and appeared on several broadcast panels to explain Valari culture and defend her bond with Tom. Some feared her, others admired her, but no one could deny the strength of their connection. Tom, meanwhile, became the unexpected face of interspecies diplomacy. He wrote a best-selling book titled, "I Touched a Stone and Got a Wife," which somehow became a cultural phenomenon. But fame never changed them. At the end of each day, they still sat together watching the stars, hers and his, and wondered what kind of world they were building simply by being together.